Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is May 12th, and our reading is Aiding and Abetting. He abstains from malicious speech. He does not repeat elsewhere what he has heard here in order to divide those people from these, nor does he repeat to these people what he has heard elsewhere in order to divide these people from those. Thus, he is one who reunites those who are divided. And that's from the Majjhima Nikaya, 41, verse 13. Right speech means abstaining from speech and gossip that divides people against one another. It's a little late for the media to get this input, but it might be in time to help us. Lending our verbal support to voices of division and recrimination, denouncing people we've never met but dislike anyway, stoking the fires of hatred aimed at groups of people who do not look or sound like us. All these actions contribute to an atmosphere of distrust and bad faith. We must avoid aiding and abetting in the destruction of civil society. Cheerleading and rabble-rousing is incompatible with a civil society. This is not supposed to be a football game where we've got mobs of people on both sides dressed in different colors screaming and acting like fools, or at least it's not supposed to be. The purpose of civilization and the civil society is to help one another deal with the vicissitudes of life. There's plenty of vicissitudes around. Things go up, they go down, and we can either give people a helping hand or not. Malicious speech is a violation of the principle of right speech. We are supposed to be plugged into helping others and helping our families. And that does not mean that we're going to cheerlead for one side at the expense of another or stand idly by and go along with the same kind of bad mouthing that leads to mob rule and mass movements. These things are not good for civil society. They're not good for us individually. And they're not what the Buddha had in mind when he talked about ethical conduct. And right speech is the cornerstone of the ethical conduct stream within the Eightfold Path. We mentioned before the game in transactional analysis called Let's You and Him Fight. And there are many examples of this around in the world. In the media, they have, and this isn't just in North America. You see it in Australia, you see it in Europe, you see it in Canada, you see it in Japan as well. Panel discussions with public intellectuals or putative journalists, and it's obvious that people have sides. Gone are the days of people who are neutral parties in these kinds of things, and they put on a little kabuki play about whatever the topics of the day are. And a lot of these are really rabble-rousing and working up a fever pitch against one side or the other. And this does not help a civil society at all. So we'd try not to hang out with those guys if it's at all possible. Once a political argument starts, it's time for me to leave there. So happy trails to you until we meet again.